Welcome to the first day of our creation project. Like I mentioned before, so many different people and so many different cultures have stories about how the world came to be. In one of those stories, there is a darkness, and there is a light in the darkness because the Creator chose to make it so. How special it is that you and I are now the creators. We are the painters, and we can create something out of nothing. Perhaps let's wet our brush and loosen our bristles if we need to, and prepare our brush by drying it off and dipping into our dark, dark blue. Let us create darkness using this rich Prussian blue along the bottom. You see my page is a bit wet, so I'll dry off some of the water and use my rag, or maybe you have a paper towel, to just get some of this extra water off. Let's create this beautiful, deep darkness. I want to focus on the contrast between light and dark, between cold and warm in this painting. So right now I'm not adding any color. I'm keeping it the darkest at the bottom and slowly bringing up the blue towards the top. Let's make sure we leave a space for the light that we will be bringing in. Our bottom is darkest, and we are leaving a void or a vessel for the light. We definitely want a very, very light blue at the top because our lights will be yellow. And if we bring in yellow where there is way too much blue, it will make green. We don't want green. We know that light is coming, so let's leave a space for it right at the top. Now in the space that was left open, we will bring in that strong yellow, but first, clean your brush. Put it into the jar of clean, cool water and get as much of that blue off as you can. And dry it off as much as you can so you'll be ready to bring in that strong, strong yellow. Let's use lemon yellow into this void, into this space where the light comes in. And we can even use some of this strong, strong yellow in some of the spaces in between the blue spaces. Some light can come in and fill it in wherever there's a bit of a gap. And when our light filters into the darkness like this, and the light is next to the dark, it makes the bright look brighter and the dark look darker, doesn't it? The dark looks very dark next to that color, and the light looks very bright next to the darkness. We want to make sure our brush is fairly dry and our page is fairly dry as well. We certainly do not want to flood the page. It shouldn't be wet, but it should be moist. And it shouldn't be bone dry, but it certainly isn't soaked. Beautiful. Just filling in some yellow into those places where there's a little bit of space for it. And now, in order to create some contrast between the yellow and blue, I will bring in some red to make purple. If I bring in some contrast right under, ooh, it's too dark. If you make a mistake like me, that's okay. You can just blot it out because, oh boy, that red came in strong. What I meant to do was have some highlighting purple under the yellow, because they are opposites, and that highlighting purple will make it all seem even darker towards the bottom, and it will bring out the yellow even more. Be careful, don't make the same mistake I did. Don't put way too much red. But it still looks nice, even if we do make maybe not what we were going for. A bit of water can also help to spread some of this extra color if you feel like you just did a little too much. But again, the idea is to keep the bottom much, much darker and to keep the top the light half. Right now I'm just dipping in the water to bring some of this color up and help to spread it so that the bright can shine even brighter. That beautiful red has brought some more purple tones to support that yellow. Look what we've created. We've created darkness and light, and how beautiful it looks next to each other. Now what I'll do is maybe take just a touch of red, way less than I did before, and accent the bottom. And then I will clean my brush oh so thoroughly because I'm about to pick up yellow and I would not want to taint my yellow with any other color. I'll clean it as best as I can and I'll dip into that beautiful gold and bring it right into the center, as strong as it can be. And you can do it your own way. But the idea is to make sure that if we have yellow, if we have light and brightness, we complement it with the dark. Yellow is a warm color, blue is a cool one. Just putting a couple finishing touches, maybe a little bit more of the strong, strong yellow in the center. And there we have it. Darkness and light shining through. The first day of our story of creation.